Buying your first home can be overwhelming and challenging to say the least. In this video, I'm going to go over 7 steps to help you prepare for the challenges and obstacles of purchasing your first home. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Kristen Arledge. I'm a local real estate agent here in Los Angeles, California. I've been helping families just like you buy and sell homes for well over a decade. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to know of any new LA housing market updates. Home buyers, though, can make this process a little less stressful by just understanding and recognizing the challenges that a novice first-time home buyer is going to have to face. Many first-time home buyers don't necessarily know all the real estate terms and mortgage terms. The amount of money they need to get together to close on a transaction can be very intimidating. So the first challenge that we're seeing with first-time home buyers is that mortgage rates have nearly doubled. And while this is true, we were in the 3s during the pandemic, it's very much not the norm. We're coming out of a worldwide health crisis that literally turned the world upside down. Now, I want you to keep in mind, remember when the mortgage interest rates were at the 3s. Now, we saw so much competition. I mean, homes were flying off the market in 24, 48 hours. You were lucky to be able to get in to see the property. And then when you had to write an offer, the home was going sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars over asking. Well, the good thing now is that you've got a fighting chance. There's less competition. You're able to have much more negotiating power. And while this shouldn't deter you, if you're waiting for the interest rates to drop back down to the 3s, well, it's impossible for us to predict the market, and it's nearly impossible for us to time the market. So challenge number 2, and it's a very common challenge for many first-time home buyers, is just they're overwhelmed with just even the thought of where do I begin? Where do you begin? Do you go to the lender first? Do you go to the realtor first? Do you interview realtors? Do you go to open houses? There's just so many places to start that it becomes overwhelming for a first-time home buyer. My suggestion is going to be 2 things. Is going to be, number 1, sit down with a realtor. They're going to go through the entire process with you, step by step. They're going to go over mortgage terms. They're going to go over lending terms. They're going to go over the contracts. They're going to go over what to expect. Second suggestion is, if you are going to get traditional financing, definitely sit down with a lender. You're going to want to know where you stand. So the lender's going to let you know what type of documentation you're going to need. If you have any obstacles and challenges based on your credit or your income, and let them pre-qualify you and get a pre-approval letter. Obstacle number 3. I come across a lot of potential first-time home buyers who say, I don't have the income, or I don't have enough down payment. I'm going to wait until I've saved up some more money. I would suggest, if you are in the mindset of, I want to purchase a first home, is have a conversation with the lender first to purchase your first home, because a lot of first-time home buyers think that they need that 20% down, and that's not necessarily all the case. Get on the line with the lender. You don't have to supply all of your documentation, but have a conversation to start with to see what obstacles that you might have. There might be things that aren't quite obstacles that you might think are. So getting a clarity around what exactly you need in terms of getting financing. So if your obstacle is you don't think you have enough of a down payment, you don't think your income is good enough, you think that you have too much debt, you'll never know unless you ask a lender, because sometimes what we think and is going to have a great impact might not necessarily. And next on my list is home prices are so high that it has discouraged so many first-time home buyers. According to the California Association of Realtors, the median home sales price for a single-family home in Los Angeles, for data compiled in October 2022, is a little over $850,000. Maybe you don't start with your dream home or your forever home. Maybe you start small. Maybe you go into a condo or a townhouse. Maybe you sacrifice some things. Maybe you sacrifice not having 2 full baths. Maybe it's 1.5 baths. Maybe it's 2 bedrooms, not 3 bedrooms. You're gonna wanna figure out what you feel comfortable with for your monthly payments. You're gonna wanna add in your taxes and your insurance, and you're gonna wanna make sure this all makes sense. Another tip for first-time home buyers is that you're gonna wanna take into consideration the out-of-pocket expenses while you're in escrow, and that's going to be inspections. And many first-time home buyers don't think that they have these out-of-pocket expenses while they're in escrow, in addition to their closing costs and in addition to your down payment. Inspections such as roof, chimney, sewer, if you have a concern with mold, a mold inspection, plumbing, electricity. So these are things that you want to take in consideration. Typically they're handled by the buyer. Definitely check with your real estate agent to see what is written into the contract, what you've negotiated. But this is something to take into consideration, that you most likely will have these out-of-pocket expenses. I saved the best for last, is how emotional this roller coaster is going to be. This is an important purchase, so it's understandable and it's expected that you're going to have so many different waves of emotion while you're going through the escrow process. You're going to be happy, you're going to be excited, you're going to be sad, you're going to possibly cry, you're going to be angry, you're going to be frustrated. The escrow process is an emotional roller coaster that happens all in the span of 30, 45 days, or however long your escrow is. So my suggestion to you is, number one, understand that these emotions are going to come up. Understand that you are going to feel a roller coaster of emotions throughout the entire process. There may be some, times when you're feeling calm, you're like, hey, I got this, and then something can switch and it's like, oh my God, and you just want to cry and throw your phone through the window. But you will get through this unscathed. You will. And my suggestion is to have a positive outlook, have a great positive support system. Try and stay calm, and hopefully you have a great realtor that will ease you through a lot of the obstacles that you might hit, or some of the snags, so you're not feeling that impact so much. So that's my last big one. Know that this is going to be a roller coaster, but it's going to be memorable, and at the end of it all, hopefully you'll say it turned out well. I hope this video helped, and I hope that it gave you a little bit of insight into the challenges and the obstacles that might come up when purchasing or selling your first home. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.